You already know something is off. You wake up tired even after a full night of sleep. You snap at people you love over the smallest things. You sit down to relax and somehow feel even more tense than before. And the most confusing part is you cannot figure out why. There is no single disaster happening in your life, nothing catastrophically wrong on the surface, but underneath something is grinding you down every single day, and you cannot put your finger on it. That feeling is not random. That feeling has a cause. Actually, it has several causes, and most people never discover them because they are not looking in the right places. Here's the truth that most people never hear. The stress that is quietly destroying your health, your relationships, and your ability to think clearly is usually not coming from the obvious places. It is not the big deadline or the argument you had last week. It is the invisible stuff, the hidden stuff, the things nobody talks about in stress management conversations. And right now, in the next few minutes, we are going to go through all of it together. Because once you can see these hidden causes clearly, something shifts. The fog starts to lift. The weight starts to make sense. And more importantly, you can actually start doing something about it. Before we go deeper, just know that we have related programs linked down below in the video description. These programs go far beyond what we can cover here, and right now, most people scrolling past them are doing so thinking they will come back later. But later almost never comes. If this video is already resonating with you, those programs are worth looking at now, not after things get worse. Now let me take you somewhere familiar. Picture yourself lying in bed at night. Your body is exhausted. Your eyes are heavy. But your mind is running at full speed. You are replaying conversations from 3 days ago. You are mentally rehearsing tomorrow's problems before they even happen, and no matter how many times you tell yourself to just stop thinking, the thoughts keep coming. That is not weakness. That is your nervous system stuck in a state of chronic alertness because of hidden stressors it has never been taught to process. The first hidden cause is something called decision fatigue. Every single day you make hundreds of decisions: what to eat, what to wear, what to say, what to do next, how to respond to that message, whether to trust that person. Every single one of those decisions, no matter how small, costs your brain energy. And by the time you reach the afternoon, your mental reserves are running so low that even tiny choices feel overwhelming. This is why you feel mentally exhausted without doing anything that feels hard. This is why evenings feel harder than mornings. Your brain has been working in overdrive all day on things you were not even conscious of doing. Pattern interrupt. Think about this. Researchers studying decision-making found that the mental cost of constant choosing is one of the most underestimated sources of daily stress. The people who report feeling most overwhelmed are often not the ones with the hardest lives. They are the ones who have eliminated the fewest unnecessary choices. That one insight alone has the power to completely transform how you approach your daily structure. The second hidden cause is your environment, and this one is almost never discussed. The space you spend the most time in is constantly communicating with your nervous system. Clutter sends a signal of incompleteness. Background noise keeps your brain processing even when you are trying to rest. Poor lighting suppresses the very hormones that regulate your mood and energy. If you have ever walked into a calm, clean, quiet space and immediately felt your shoulders drop, you already understand this on a physical level. Now flip that. If your home or workspace is chaotic, cluttered, or loud, your stress levels are being silently elevated every hour you spend there. The third hidden cause runs even deeper. It is the gap between who you are and who you are pretending to be in daily life. This one is uncomfortable to sit with. But so many people are carrying the weight of performing a version of themselves that does not actually match what they feel, what they believe, or what they truly want. You smile when you want to cry. You agree when everything inside you wants to push back. You stay in situations that drain you because leaving feels scarier than suffering. And that gap, that distance between your inner world and your outer reality, creates a specific kind of stress that no vacation can fix and no sleep can cure. Pattern interrupt. Here is something that stops most people cold. Studies in behavioral psychology consistently show that identity inconsistency is one of the fastest pathways to anxiety and chronic low-level depression. When what you do does not match who you believe you are, your body treats that dissonance as a threat. Your cortisol rises. Your sleep suffers. Your immune system weakens. The body is always honest even when the mind tries to push through. The fourth hidden cause is a chronic lack of genuine rest. And before you say you sleep enough, hear this out. Rest and sleep are not the same thing. Sleep is biological recovery. Rest is psychological restoration. You can sleep 8 hours and still never rest if your mind never fully disengages. Scrolling through a phone, watching intense content, mentally replaying your worries, all of this while lying in bed does not count as rest. Your nervous system needs periods of true quiet, of genuine stillness, of complete absence of input. Without that, stress compounds like interest on a debt you did not know you owed. The fifth hidden cause is financial anxiety operating in the background, and this is one of the most universally felt but least talked about forms of stress. It does not have to be a crisis to be destructive. It can simply be a low, buzzing uncertainty. The vague awareness that you are not as secure as you would like to be. The quiet tension that lives in your chest every time an unexpected bill appears. Financial stress does not stay in one compartment. It bleeds into every area of your life. It makes you irritable in relationships. It makes you distracted at work. It makes you feel like you are falling behind even on days when everything looks fine on paper. Here is the part where the cost of doing nothing becomes very real. Chronic unaddressed stress does not just make you feel bad. Medically speaking, prolonged stress is linked to cardiovascular disease, immune dysfunction, hormonal imbalances, digestive disorders, cognitive decline, and dramatically shortened lifespan. That is not a scare tactic. That is biology. Every month you let hidden stress go unaddressed is a month that is quietly doing damage that takes years to reverse. And the cruel part is that most people wait until the damage is visible before they take it seriously. But here is where everything shifts. Because people who identify these hidden causes and take deliberate action report changes that feel almost unbelievable. Better sleep within days, reduced anxiety within weeks, sharper thinking, more patience, deeper relationships, more energy, more clarity, more of the person they actually are underneath all that pressure. The return on investing time and attention into understanding your stress is not just emotional. It is practical. It saves you years of suffering. It saves you money spent on things that only numb the symptoms. It saves you relationships that slowly erode under pressure you never even named. The transformation is real, and it starts with one decision made at exactly the right moment. Pattern interrupt. Right now, something important is true. The people who walk away from this video and do nothing are going to feel better for about 20 minutes and then slip back into the same patterns. The people who take a single deliberate step in this moment are the ones whose lives actually change. The programs linked in the description below represent that step. They are built to give you structured, practical, deeply effective ways to dismantle the stress patterns we talked about today and go far beyond them. Most people will read this. Most people will nod. Most people will close the tab and wait for a better time that never comes. But you are not most people. Or at least, you do not have to be. The path forward is directly below this video right now. Not tomorrow, not when things calm down. Now. While the discomfort of staying the same is still louder than the fear of changing,